House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
House to Home is back, and it's my favorite time of the week because I get to talk real estate with two of the ladies who know the business better than anybody else I know, Liz and Gina from RE/MAX Diamond Realty. Half a day, ladies.
Half a day, Jace.
All right, we are. Both of you seem so chipper and so happy today and everything like that. It must be the holiday season and the fact that it is a. I mean, whatever's going on in the world cannot deter us from actually celebrating the season. So we wish both of you, and you're part of our family here at K. We wish both of you a joyous Christmas.
Thank you, Jason.
Hey, I just remember, Gina, we got to give Jason and his team those pear tarts from Mescla.
Oh gosh.
We've been handing them out.
Where do I sign up, Liz? And anything from Mescla is much appreciated. So we'll talk about those negotiations later. But when it comes to other matters of business, right? I was just curious because I know I've asked you in the past if Christmas is kind of like an opportune time to buy and sell real estate, and you said it kind of is. But where are we right now with this Christmas? In the most unique of years.
Well, with Christmas, sometimes things slow down because we're entering the holidays. But Gina and I have been busy with sales, and I think part of the reason is the low interest rates that are currently in place. I mean, you could purchase something with a 2.2% interest up to 2.7. I mean, these are the best interest rates that you can get at this time. The old days, the only time you would have those interest rates if there was a disaster and you were getting an SBA loan. So our point in time right now, these interest rates are the best that anyone can get. So people are refinancing, people are purchasing because you can't go wrong with these excellent rates right now.
Mm-hmm. Gina, are you at liberty to say exactly how much inventory you have on the books? And if people are curious about shopping around for some sort of real estate and everything like that, what is available?
You know, when it's a buyer's market, the inventory has been I'm just talking single family homes. It's been above 3, right, Liz? And Liz just checked this morning. Right now, it's hovering right slightly above 2. And Jason,
200, that is, right? 200 listings. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad relative to other years?
Oh, Jason, that's low.
Okay.
That's incredibly low. So that is what has spiked the market so much, is a combination of things. It is now actually more affordable to go out there and purchase a home and pay the mortgage than it is to pay rent. So if people can afford to buy, they're trying every which way to get into a home right now. And this is one of the reasons we've been so concerned about some of the regulations that the government's trying to put in place, which will restrict building or development of some properties for landowners, not even considering trying to sell those properties, but just so they could build for themselves, is because we're looking around and we're seeing that the market to rent has become, in my opinion, it has become unaffordable for our regular families that work and get paid the Guam wages. It has become unaffordable for them.
The middle class is getting priced out of the market, essentially.
I'm not sure who the middle class is nowadays. I mean, it feels like you're either making money or you're not.
Well, that's a very good point too. And many people have said there is no more middle class on Guam.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know where the middle class would fit in, because those guys are the ones that are not working. Okay, they're the ones worked for businesses that are currently still shut down.
So Liz, if we have around, let's just say even number around 200, give or take 10, 200 properties available. Where are those properties? Is it more of a regional thing on the island? It's the South is very, very hot right now, or it's everything it's one of those sales, everything in Tumont must go, or are other areas just popping up because they're more
I mean,
fertile?
the properties are spread out. I mean, I was just looking at Digital, for example, which is highly populated, right? Remember Kaiser homes
Sure.
that used to go for 175 to 250? They're now priced in the 300 to 400 price range. The prices have definitely gone up. The demand is there. The average prices used to be around 250. And now let's say average pricing is about 350, but there's not much there. So if you were to buy something in the 350 price range, it probably would be a fixer upper, and rare that you find something that you want to jump on. But what's going to happen is you're going to get 5, 6 offers for that one property. So that's the trend that we're seeing right now, that when something pops up on the market, I think buyers have to be vigilant to monitor what is popping up every day, because once it does, you got to jump quick and submit your offer. But the problem, again, you have to be competitive, be prepared. I just closed one transaction where my buyer was willing to pay $30,000 above appraisal. That's rare. He was willing to pay that. Luckily, the property appraised over the price. But this is what people will have to do: go above asking price in order to compete to get the property.
And in that case, if you don't mind me asking, what was that, like a fixer upper that he would then use as a pure investment to be flipped for more profit? Or was it something like, I got to get, my wife the house of her dreams, she's completely sold on this, and, got to get it done?
This is one of the transactions that warms my heart. They've been renting for 10 something years, and now they have their home. It's their home. And the house, was not quite updated, but it was something that was habitable, was nice enough. And again, that's, I think, the satisfaction with what we do is helping people find the home, so they're not renting, and the monies they're paying every month goes right back to their pockets, because it's the joy of home ownership. So
sometimes when you know, right?
Yeah, but like I said, that's the most satisfying, when you match a person with a home, and they don't have to rent anymore.
Okay, Gina, I like what Liz said when she said, you have to be prepared. So, it would help if you have at least a little cash on hand, and you stay aware. But the other thing is, be cognizant of what the market is doing right now. So aside from, MLS and the system that you guys reference all the time, which is accessible to anybody on the World Wide Web, kind of like the stock market, what can people that want to play around with real estate, is there some index that they can pay attention to, or is there a public resource that they can just kind of like track?
Okay, Jace, we get a lot of calls. Like we recently had a listing in Malolo, and it was priced at $189,000, and it's a fixer upper. It's a Freddie Mac foreclosure that Liz and I were working on. And here's the thing. I have to tell, I've always been a very laid back type of agent. I don't pressure my buyers to do anything, because my point of view is, I am not here to sell you real estate. My job is to help you find the right property. And when you decide you're ready to buy, my job is to help you get it done. That's my job. So I've never seen realtors being salespeople. And there might be some people out there that says, yes, you guys are. Well, you're working with the wrong real estate person. If you still view us as salespeople, then you are working with the wrong realtor. We are not salespeople. But let me show you what the market looks like. Single family homes, there are 217 listings. Of that, 103 are already under contract. That's, Jace, what does that leave you with? So right now in this market, and I dare to say probably for the next 6 months,
114.
There is no playing around here. We're really interested in getting into a home. You cannot do it by, when I drive by and see your sign, I'll give you guys a call. It is not going to work out for you. By the time you see the sign, those of us that are working with customers, we've already called them, We've already showed it to them. We've already written up an offer. And this is, one of the biggest problems I'm seeing right now is Liz just pointed out her buyers. They were in a competitive situation where the seller said, I am not going to entertain any offers where the buyer is unable to pay over appraisal value. So that has been our biggest problem, is the appraisers are looking backwards to come up with value. We're buyers and sellers are looking forward. So there's a disconnect there. So buyers who have not prepared themselves to pay more than what that appraisal value is calling for, they're the ones that are going to lose out. And we're trying our best to prep them as much as we can.
It's like that saying we have in business. It's, checkers, you're just reacting to your opponent's move. Chess, the greatest chess players are seeing like 2 or 3 moves ahead.
Yes. Yeah. You have to see you have to anticipate what's going to happen. And what has really blown my mind is how many people out there are paying cash for these properties. It's like, wow, I need a bank loan. So, but there's a lot of people that as a buyer, when you go out there, you're competing right now with a lot of people who can pay cash, especially on the fixer-uppers. There is a handful of individuals that are looking for those deals, are paying cash. And here's when the market is on the up. When those cash buyers are paying more for the property than what it is appraising at, then, maybe our next episode should be with the appraisers, where we can say, hey guys, help the community and look at what's going on in the market today, not yesterday, because these guys that are stuck having to get the bank loan and they're beholding to that appraisal report, they're being left out because they haven't saved enough to put $30,000 to $40,000 down in case that appraisal comes in short.
Well, Liz, I'd like to give you the final word, because you've got that wonderful logo behind you with your virtual background of a hot air balloon. So looking at Guam's market from above, if you will, kind of using that analogy and everything like that, what should people know and what can they do?
One of the things when people are buying, I tell them, you may have a good chance. You've got to be competitive. But at the same time, if you're competing with a buyer that is paying cash is king. So unless, I know sellers now are looking at both. Just because you're paying cash doesn't mean you're going to get a good deal, as Gina puts it. It just means that you're going to compete just as well. But if I had 2 buyers that are bidding and the cash, you can close within a few days. I've closed a deal in 1 day at one time. But if cash is competitive and they're willing to go above and beyond and compete with a bank loan buyer, your cash, of course, will win, provided they're willing to compete. So for those that we're helping that are getting loans, I always kind of appraise them on the front side, apprise them that, hey, if we're going to go in and compete, but be prepared that if a cash buyer comes in and they're bidding higher, they will win. So I always, on the front side, try to give them different scenarios that if this happens, this is what you're going to have to react to, what you're going to have to do to prepare yourselves. So, Gina and I usually prep them on the front side that these are the different scenarios that could happen as we go through the process. It's best to give them all the different scenarios so that they're prepared to move in whichever direction is needed to counteract any competition, in other words. So,
all right. Well done.
I want to say again, we are here to help. If it works, we want to help fulfill their homeowner dream, but we're not here to make a sale. We're here to make things happen.
All right, everybody, 2 lessons to be taken away from 2 very wonderful people that have one singular goal. They want to help you find the home of your dreams. So be aware and be prepared. And please be well, because we will see you next week. Bye-bye.